You don't get a name like Tank without earning it the hard way. You don't get it from marketing, from hype, or from clever matchmaking. You get it from the sound your punches make when they land. You get it from the way opponents freeze when you step into range. You get it from the fear that spreads through an arena the moment your left hand begins to uncoil. And for years now, Gervonta Davis has lived up to that name in the most violent way possible. From the early days, it was clear that something about Davis was different. In 2019, when he stepped in with Ricardo Núñez, he wasn't yet the global star he is today. He was still building, still proving, still collecting names and moments. Núñez came in confident, on a strong run, believing he could test the young puncher. But from the opening exchanges, Davis looked like a man studying prey. He pawed with the jab, dipped at the waist, timed the rhythm. There was no rush, no panic, just cold calculation. Then came the left hand. Sharp, sudden, violent. What looked competitive for a few minutes turned into target practice. It was less a contest and more a demonstration. Davis didn't just win, he erased doubt. Then came the seasoned veteran, Yuriorkis Gamboa, a former champion, a respected name, the kind of opponent that can validate a rising star or expose him. Early on, Gamboa showed flashes of his old brilliance, firing counters and moving with purpose. But Davis was stalking, measuring. Every straight left snapped Gamboa's head back with authority. Every body shot thudded with bad intentions. Gamboa had been down many times in his career, but this felt different. Davis wasn't just knocking him down, he was systematically dismantling him. Uppercuts ripped through the guard. Hooks crashed into ribs. The Cuban warrior tried to rally, but the younger, stronger puncher kept tightening the noose. By the time the final assault came, it was inevitable. The finish was brutal, clinical, and a reminder that youth paired with power is a terrifying equation. If Gamboa was about proving legitimacy, the showdown with Leo Santa Cruz was about making a statement. Santa Cruz wasn't loud. He wasn't disrespectful. He was proud, accomplished, and willing to dare to be great. But daring to be great against Gervonta Davis comes with consequences. From the opening bell, Davis hunted the counter left uppercut. It was there all night, hiding in plain sight. Santa Cruz pressed forward bravely, pumping his jab, throwing combinations, trying to drown the puncher in volume. For stretches, it worked. He had success. He landed clean. But Davis was waiting. In the sixth round, in the middle of a competitive exchange, the trap was sprung. The left uppercut exploded upward with surgical precision. Santa Cruz never saw it. 1 second he was attacking. The next he was flat on his back, staring at the lights. It was one of the most chilling knockouts in modern boxing, a punch that turned a high-level chess match into a highlight reel classic. Moving up to 140 pounds to face Mario Barrios posed new questions. Could the power travel? Could Davis handle the size? Early on, Barrios used his reach, his jab, his body work. He pushed the pace and tested Davis in ways few had before. But as the rounds ticked by, the rhythm shifted. Davis began stepping inside, setting traps with subtle feints. And then, in the 8th round, the eruption came. A right hook detonated on Barrios and sent him crashing down. The crowd roared. The script flipped. Barrios tried to fight back, showing heart and grit, but Davis smelled blood. Another knockdown followed. Then another. By the championship rounds, the inevitability had returned. The stoppage confirmed what many suspected. The power wasn't staying at 130 or 135. It traveled. It punished. It conquered. Against Rolando Romero, the build-up was chaotic. Trash talk. Tension. Genuine dislike. Romero tried to rattle Davis mentally, accusing him, mocking him, promising violence. In the ring, though, bravado meets reality. Romero jabbed, stepped back, tried to frustrate the champion. For several rounds, it was tense and tactical. Davis circled, feinted, waited for the mistake. And when it came fast. A perfectly timed left hand split the air and cracked Romero flush. The reaction was immediate. The legs betrayed him. The referee stepped in. Just like that, the noise faded into silence. Another contender silenced. Hector Garcia brought ambition and confidence, hoping to derail the plans for an even bigger fight looming on the horizon. He fought bravely, had moments, even tested Davis with awkward angles and bursts of aggression. But the pattern repeated itself. Davis read, adjusted, closed distance. And when Garcia lingered just a fraction too long in range, the punishment followed. The pressure mounted until resistance broke. Yet another challenger learned that levels in boxing are real. Then came the mega event with Ryan Garcia. Speed versus power. Undefeated versus undefeated. Social media king versus Baltimore's knockout artist. The early rounds were tense, filled with feints, bursts, and nervous energy. Garcia pressed, landed sharp rights, tried to force the pace. But Davis remained composed. In the second round, a thunderous left hand dropped Garcia and shifted the entire atmosphere. The fight changed. Garcia rose, still dangerous, still believing. But Davis's ring IQ began to shine. He controlled distance, stepped outside the lead foot, and waited for the opening. When it appeared, it wasn't to the head. It was to the body. A perfectly placed left hand dug into the liver. Garcia tried to stand. He tried to breathe. But the pain was too much. He took a knee, and he could not beat the count. Not a headshot. Not a wild exchange. A calculated body shot that shut everything down. That's the kind of intelligence that makes a puncher even more frightening. And when Frank Martin stepped up, determined to outbox the knockout artist, he showed skill, speed, and discipline early. He landed jabs, moved cleverly, banked rounds. For a while, it looked like strategy might outmaneuver power. But Davis was patient. He chipped at the body, closed the distance inch by inch, and began to land the heavier shots. Then, in a flash, the left hand struck with venom. Martin hit the canvas, and the script followed the familiar path. Another dramatic finish. Another emphatic reminder that one mistake against Tank is all it takes. That's the terrifying part about Gervonta Davis. It doesn't matter if you're winning rounds. It doesn't matter if you're bigger, faster, or louder. The margin for error is microscopic. His power is real, but it's his timing, his composure, and his ability to explode in a single heartbeat that separates him from the rest. He doesn't need a war to win. He needs a moment. And he creates those moments better than almost anyone in the sport. So now the question shifts to you. Which Tank performance left you speechless? Was it the uppercut that flattened Santa Cruz? The body shot that ended Ryan Garcia's night? The volcanic assault against Barrios? Or the calculated destruction of Gamboa? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and tell us which knockout defines the legend of Tank. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more deep dives into boxing's most electrifying moments, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next fight story. The era of Tank is still unfolding, and trust me, you don't want to blink.